Hi, my name is McKenna Schmidt.
My name is Cameron Barth.
I'm Mallory Bart, and I feel blessed to just be here today and to get to share a part of our story when my son Cameron and I got to go to spend some time in Uganda.
I got the wonderful opportunity to go to Uganda last spring break with Master Cares. It was like a Prestonwood Master Cares trip that we got to go on for our student spring break. And let's just say it was the most life-changing trip I ever went on.
I just remember the smiles of all the kids. I'll never forget it. Just how happy they were. You know, they wanted to hug you. They wanted to hold your hand. Like, that's part of their culture there. You know, they love touch. So everyone wanted to hold my hand. We'd all walk around the school, and that was such a great time. I could never complain again, just considering the situation we saw. Like, when we went to the watering, where they were getting their water from, you know, it's where cattle graze. Like, it's crazy to me. It's beyond me to see how water to them, it was like gold. They'd never seen it that clear before, and it really brought joy to me to see like them rub it all over their faces, you know, and just to like bathe themselves in it. And it truly was a blessing to go to see the sights that we saw, to meet the people that we met. I'll never forget it.
There was a little boy who came, and his grandma had brought him. He had some siblings back at home, and she brought him for cataracts in his eyes so he couldn't see. And this little boy was 10 years old and weighed 10 pounds. And to just like see that, like, there's no way to describe it or really to understand, really for us, like how this little boy was still living at 10 years old and only weighing 9 pounds. And also it took a lot of convincing, almost probably 2 hours, for them to convince his grandma to let him go to the Master Cares hospital because she didn't think that there was anything necessarily wrong with him nutrition-wise. And so our big question in that was like, why or how was this little boy able to survive so long with the state that he was in? And the best answer that we could come up with was because that little boy, the Lord used his circumstance that he was in for good, in the sense that this little boy and his grandma got to hear the gospel. And when he went to the hospital, because praise Jesus, the grandma finally allowed for that to happen. For the month that he was there, every day he was being shown the love of God, and he was hearing the gospel. Same for his grandma too. And so, not that the Lord had placed this circumstance on this little boy, but instead he used the circumstance that this little boy was in for his glory and for his goodness.
Being surrounded by the Ugandan people was a feeling I never had before. It was just this outpouring of love, so much love and so much joy. So I just started writing. I started making notes every day and writing things that I would see, people I would come across. And so I'd love to share one of those poems with you. Persevering, resourceful, innovative, bold, brave, and solid as a rock. Their eyes tell a story of the deepest pain, but they would never burden you or complain, only invite you into experience abundant life, despite their unimaginable circumstances. Creative, intelligent, well-spoken, taking time to choose wise words full of life. Disciplined with endurance, faith, hope, and joy that's palpable and contagious. Their genuine kindness, graciousness, and intentionality is beautiful and flows out of a heart so humble that it seems foreign and undeserved. Their spiritual gifts are on full display in every aspect of their lives. Polite, respectful, and communal in the way they fellowship with one another and complete strangers. Hospitality is in their genes. Expert craftsmen, they take pride in their home, their work, their families, but not the kind of pride that's destructive. It's the kind of pride out of a heart that honors God, knowing that He is the provider. Their bright, colorful clothing matches their radiant smiles and unbreakable spirit. Their celebrations are full of dancing, boisterous laughter, excitement, graceful hands floating in the air. Their bodies have been made by God to praise Him and His Son Jesus. Their welcoming, generous, giving hearts make you feel like you're the most special person in the world, like you've known them your entire life.